Spreadsheet, Module B, Homework 2. In this workbook, there are 4 worksheets: Baker Insurance, Student Grades, Perfect Pizza, and Social Security. So in the first one, we have a list of last names, first names, location, employee number, their salary. The salary is per week. Notice that the $345 does not have any decimal places, and the $268.50, we'll fix that later so that it has dollar signs, commas if needed, and 2 decimal places, but we'll wait till we finish column F. So if they make this weekly, we want to know what their annual income is. So the formula is equals, and I'm just going to press the left arrow, and that selects E4 for me. Then I'll put in asterisk, and seeing this is a weekly salary. Seeing there are 52 weeks in a year, I'll multiply it by 52, check, and then double click will fill handle all of the columns. Now I want to select also the salary, so while that one's selected, I'm going to hold shift and press the left arrow, and then I can change them all to the accounting format. And then if you notice, D, E, and F columns are already spread out nice, but A, B, and C are tight, real close together. So I'm hovering over A, hold and drag, and then I can just go between A and B, or B and C, and double click, and it widens them. If you wanted them to make them a little wider, I think maybe I'll choose column width and actually type in 12 just to make them wider. I also want to put them in alphabetic order. Surprise! So I'm going to select starting in Watterson and go all the way down and over. Notice I didn't take select row 3 because I don't want last name, the L, to be alphabetized. I want it to remain as column titles. I also took the entire row because I want to make sure that Kathy Watterson remains with the salary of $325. So I can go right over here to sort and filter, choose custom sort. I chose custom because I'm not just sorting by last name. I'm going to choose last name, but if you notice, there are a few people that have the same last name, 2 Clarks, 2 Lees, and 2 Martinos. So if there's 2 people that have the same last name, add a level, and then select first name. And then you're in alphabetic order. There's the Clarks, G before L, 2 Lees, C before R. The next thing I want to do is I want to know who made the most for the year, the highest annual rate. So select all of column F, F4 to F17, go into conditional formatting and choose top bottom rules. And I'm going to choose top 10. Now I don't want to see the top 10, so I'm just going to delete and have just the top 1, and instead of red, I'm going to choose green. So there's the top. If I wanted to see the bottom with this same selected, conditional format, top bottom rules, bottom 10, and again I'll change it to just 1, and I'll keep that in red, and OK, so that you can see the highest rate and the lowest. Let's go on to student grades, and in final grade we want to find the average for each person for the 4 terms. So you can go to your down arrow for the auto sum and choose average, and it should automatically be the correct range, B5 through E5. So I'm going to check mark, drag it down with the fill handle to the last light blue. Then I'll click under here to find for the term 1 what was the average. Down arrow, average, perfect, B5 through B15, check, and then go ahead and drag that across. Then we'll click in trend. This is pretty cool. We'll get to see each person, how they did each term. Did they go up? Did they go down? Were they the same? So we'll check here. So make sure you're in G5. Click the Insert tab. Choose in the Spark Lines group, line. The range is the 4 terms, just for the first person. So it should be B5 through E5. Click OK, and there's your little line. Now it's hard to see where the actual terms are, so I usually like to put markers on. Now you could just have the high point and the low point, or I like to have all of them. And then in here, for the down arrow, you can decide on different shadings, different colors if you like. Once you are satisfied with what you'd like for your style, go ahead and fill handle. So you get to see someone, when they went all the way up, increased each year, each term, some went up, down, and so forth. So it's a little picture of each person, how they did, instead of just looking at numbers. Okay, perfect pizza. So go ahead and fill in here the month, January, and then drag it down to fill it all the way to December. And then we'll click over here in delivery cost. So there was 126 deliveries at $7 delivery fee each. So the formula is equals, I'm just going to press the left arrow, so it should read H5 asterisk, and I'm going to click that B20 where the $7 is, and then automatically up at the top where you have those function keys, F1, F2, F3, press the F4, and if you did it correctly, you should get $sign in front of the B and in front of the 20. And what's that Excel is telling the formula to calculate is always look at column B, no other column, and always look at row 20, and that's where that $7 is. And I'm going to check and double click. Now if I look at the formula, I'm in here, but I'm going to be looking up there. H6, the next one should be H5, the next one should be H6, H7, H8, because it's that first part of the calculation is relative cell reference. The one that is always B20 is absolute cell reference. So for example, if I wanted to have a really good bargain and have the delivery fee only $1, I change it just here, 1, and enter, and it automatically adjusts all of the delivery costs. So I just have to worry about it in one location. Put it back to $7. So here we go with the profits. So these are the sales, but what happens each month, all the money that you make, you have to pay your employees, payroll, rent, the place that you're renting, insurance, utilities, purchases. This one we have to skip, and then delivery cost. So the formula is equals, I'll click B5 minus, and then type sum, open parentheses. I'm going to hover over the payroll in C5, hold and drag, and it should be C5 through G5, let go. I can't go all the way across because I don't want number of deliveries. So now to just click delivery cost, hold control and just click it. So you should have up in your formula that it's going to subtract all of the sum of C5 through G5 and I5. So then type your closing parentheses and check. And then fill handle. And then here you can see that average monthly payment looks like it is, it's not fitting, so I'm going to come up here and just widen it so everything fits. All right, so the highest profit, again, that's going to be max. Make sure you select J5 to J16. Let's find the smallest profit, which is the min, same range, enter, and this, what's the average monthly profit? So find average and select the range. Perfect. And the last one. So column C should, you should never print this paper out so that anyone were to see all of these Social Security numbers. That's a big no-no. So what we want to do is set up the last 4 digits, just like if you use your charge card on the receipts, it always shows just the last 4 numbers. So I'm going to type 1297, enter, start the next one 2, and I'm done. Now I'm going to hide this column. So right click on the column, the letter C, and choose hide. And so that if you then you could print and you'd be safe. To get it back, you just hover over this little white spot here and double click. Hopefully you'll notice that if something is hidden, because it goes A, B, D, so hopefully you'll notice that something's missing there. So you have your Baker insurance, where you did your annual salary, the student grades, perfect pizza, and Social Security number. And that's a save and submit. Thank you.